Hello everybody and welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler and this is Taking Turns. This is Blue-Black Taking Turns. Shout out to Daniel Wong who top 16 GP Hartford with this deck last week. Alright, so there's our third land. I'm happy keeping both of these as a matter of fact. And we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, Daniel is a master of this archetype. He puts his deck in quadruple sleeves. You heard me right, 4 sleeves. Top 8 at GP Vegas with it last year, and that was a giant event, of course. And top 16 Hartford with this deck. It's just always been on this archetype, so it's very impressive to sort of see a master of an archetype like that do well. So that said, here we are trying with his list to take down some games. So I think I'm going to go ahead and fetch now. That way we can preserve our Serum Visions work here. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab a... so I'll just grab this Sunken Hollow. Well, it probably doesn't matter. I guess it literally doesn't matter in this case. I'll just take an island. That way in case we hit a 1-drop here. Which we didn't quite. Alright, so this is probably all fine. I'm actually tempted. I'm probably going to do this here. I'm going to, in my opponent's upkeep, tap down this... And this is the nice part of Gigadrowse. You can do so much with it. But we have another one in our hand, so we have all this flexibility. But in this case, we'll just tap down there. If they want to ramp like this, we're just going to tap down the Temple Garden in their upkeep. Take them off of the mana. Now they only have 2 and or 3 mana available in their main phase rather than 5 or whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and Serum Visions here. Yeah, the problem is we need all of this. Man. I guess I just have to take the land next. I can't miss land drops. I think I'm going to do the same thing, though. Gosh, can that possibly be good? I have no idea what my opponent's up to over there. Next turn, I'm going to Exhaustion. I think I'm going to let them have this turn because I want them to tap out for something, and then I want to cast Exhaustion on them. Well, I guess we're not exhausting for 2 turns here. We'll see. I don't know. What I do know is that we have lots of extra turns. We just need lands and we need a draw engine. So maybe I should have bottomed some of these things more aggressively. I'm not sure. With these couple of Serum Visions we played. Oath of Nissa. Okay. Some sort of... Are they playing Planeswalkers? Is this doubling season Planeswalkers over there? That's a sweet one. That was one of the first decks I did for Mighty Modern that really kind of blew up on YouTube. It was an awesome deck. But I guess we're going to find out here. It certainly could be. It looks a lot like that deck. Alright, well, we'll play our land. I could also Snapcaster Serum Visions. Gosh, I kind of want to. We have to have... We just need lands. Yeah, why not? You know, the alternative would be Snapcastering back... you know, an Exhaustion later, which would be good, but you know, the Exhaustion and the turns are not our issue here. We need to find things to do with our mana. Plus, at this point, we need to set up our so we can hit a land next turn. So we want to, we really want to. We'll draw the Exhaustion here, and then hopefully have lands on top. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Sure, I suppose. I mean, this still isn't great because the problem with the lands on top is we can play them, we take extra turns, but all those extra turns essentially are our explores. You know, draw a card, play an extra land, because we're not really able to do much. We do have a Snapcaster in Mage in play. Alright, so our opponent now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So if it's doubling season, we're going to find out. They also, now that they have Breeding Pool, yep, okay, Oath of Teferi. What does this mean? When Oath of Teferi enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent you control. They exile their Oath of Nissa. Okay, very nice, alright. You may activate the loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers you control twice each turn rather than only once. That's pretty insane, actually. This is an incredibly powerful card. All that said, we can at least exhaust... Our opponent didn't even attack, so the Exhaustion is not even very good here. That's not great. I mean, I could tap the plants, but that doesn't really do much for us. Yeah, none of this looks good. I think I'm going to fire off one Time Warp here. Just to get a card deeper. Now I'm going to exhaust them. Do this the right way here. Alright, this at least keeps anything crazy from happening to us next turn. We still have some trouble, but this is not exactly where we want to be. This Oath of Teferi is going to be pretty powerful. Yep, make a plant. Make another plant if you really want. Yep, absolutely. It's a lot of plants. Gosh, this okay, they're getting aggressive here. Getting aggro. Problem is we can't beat through the Sylvan Caryatid at all. Alright, we finally get to see... We get to see a new card at least here, though. Fortunately, that new card was another land. Well, it looks like I have one more turn before I have to try to go really deep here. Well, I don't even know if we... Gosh. I wonder if I should just fire off the Temporal Mastery. I think I'm going to. Yeah, this is not really worked out. We have 3, 7, 8. So we can't awaken a land either. I could Time Warp. Gosh. I think at this point we just have to let them have a turn, though. Because Nissa's not going to ultimate this turn. They haven't done anything else scary. We have the Gigadrowse. I mean, if it is a Planeswalker deck, if it's doubling season Planeswalkers, we're not actually going to get anywhere. But because we have this much mana now, having the Time Warp in hand, it's not worth firing off now because it's definitely the Planeswalker deck, though. It's doubling season over there. Alright, well, I'll put this Jace into its own pile and let you choose. This has got to be a pretty reasonable matchup for us if we could just get somewhere with our draws. Cryptic Command would be good. The beatdown is going to come as well, for what it's worth here. Yeah, and there's the doubling season. Alright, good news is they can't play doubling season yet. But with a 5 mana Time Warp in hand and 8 mana, it means that if we draw land, we can awaken part the Waterveil. If we don't, if we hit a Dictate, we can Dictate in Time Warp or Howling Mine or whatever, and still have extra draws. So we get the maximum use out of our extra turns, and it's kind of where we're going to be at here. Our opponent could just go minus twice with Nissa and just really scare us. Oath of Teferi is a nice little addition to this deck. Maybe I should revisit it. I think it was like Shadows over Innistrad when I last played with this, or Eldritch Moon or something when Tamiyo came out. Alright, well, decision time for our opponent. Alright, they're going to go for the ultimate, and that, I mean, that does make sense. They're actually going to split the difference. Alright. I'm going to take this hit. Yeah, them splitting the difference there is actually the best for us, as it provided the least amount of pressure in terms of damage and in, you know, threatening to ultimate. So, all right, let's just hope we can find something here on this draw step. Otherwise, things are going to get kind of rough for us. All right, Snapcaster Mage, huh? So this maybe... Yeah, I just got Snapcaster the Time Warp. That feels so bad. I could Snapcaster Exhaustion. That would be pretty good. I think I want to do that. Or is that just the same thing? I guess that's just the same thing, really. I mean, some weird cases where not having the Time Warp in our graveyard for after we bounce a Snapcaster, something could come up. But yeah, that all seems probably irrelevant. Let's just go ahead and do this. It's just so awkward we can't attack. Fatal Push, huh? Not exactly where we wanted to be. Land would have been better there. Huh. What to do here? This has been fairly awkward. I could Gigadrowse some stuff in their upkeep. I could just fire off an extra turn here. I'll try it. We'll see. I don't love doing this, but I guess this is where we're at. Yeah, okay. Right on time, right? This should be okay, though. If on my opponent's upkeep, well, you know what? We can let them resolve doubling season. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they'll go for the Nissa. And then we can tap down their team with Gigadrowse, play Dictate, and then get to take an extra turn with a Howling Mine effect. I guess that's our best bet. You know, I suppose we get punished if they are able to play a Planeswalker and sort of go off immediately and win with that doubling season. But I think they should tap out for doubling season and go double minus here with Nissa. Well, more or less tap out anyways. Or we're just dead, I guess. Okay. Jace Cunning Castaway, immediately ultimate, sure. Does this make infinite Jaces? Is that how this works? You have infinite Jaces. Okay. I don't care. I don't actually care. That's cool you have infinite Jaces. This is actually really sweet, but it doesn't matter. In the end, you have 1,000,000 tokens. Yeah. But they won't have haste, so I just don't care. We'll just end up tapping the team down with Cryptic Command or whatever. This is pretty absurd, though. Unless there's a way to give them haste. For what it's worth, I would not play Jace Cunning Castaway in my doubling season extra turns deck because it does not win the game immediately. When you play this, you want to play doubling season, play Planeswalker, and immediately win the game. That's why you just play Tamios and Nissa's. I mean, Nissa's good enough, even though it doesn't exactly automatically win the game. But you just play Jace's, Nahiri's. This is hilarious, so this is awesome. I will let my opponent make an arbitrary number of Jace tokens. It does mean we need some very specific things to win, for what it's worth. Yeah, the team's huge. The team is indeed huge. If we went through this board, that would be something. Okay, yeah, they get to loot a bunch with this as well, sure. This is so awesome to watch. It's especially going to be sweet if we went through it, which is not a given. It is very much up in the air. I mean, we've burned through some number of extra turns. We still have good parts of our deck left, but we need to chain together multiple cards here to make it work. And we're not going to have quite as many as we want. And I guess we messed around and we actually ended up getting no value out of this Gigadrowse at this point. Alright, so let's go ahead and go. So there's 5 tokens that can attack us. I can just tap them all down here. And still play my Dictate. Alright, we're going to replicate this 4 times. Make sure I go through this properly here. Their deck is awesome. Oath of Teferi is a nice touch in this. Very powerful, by the way. This is a sweet card for Commander and everything else. Okay, so now we've... Okay, the replicate's on the stack. Alright, now we get to choose our targets. Alright. So, that one. That one. Alright, what's been targeted so far? Those 3 on the left? Alright. That one. And that one. Alright, so this will tap the plants down so that we don't take any damage this turn. We'll move through the combat here. Now we can play our Dictate. And hope that we can find a way to get there here. Land is fine. That means we can part the Waterveil. Exhaustion is also not actually good enough. Well, we need this next two draws to be very good. Guess I should have Gigadrowsed their upkeep. I mean, just minusing Nissa twice, though, like, they didn't... All these Jace tokens just aren't necessarily that relevant. I mean, I guess they are in this sense now because of the way it played out, but we missed on the first draw here, so we're all in on this next draw being good, or we have died. We're out of Snapcasters. We do have some number of extra turn effects still. We have a couple Cryptics. We have an island to lose the game. Yep, that is the issue with this deck. Alright, that is unfortunate. This has got to be a pretty reasonable matchup for us, though. Commandeer. Yes, please, I would like to commandeer some Planeswalkers. Thing in the Eyes, I guess, is good. Brutality, not so much. Gigadrowse is fine, of course. Snapback, not so much. Man, I guess maybe I don't really want two Commandeers, but I really do, though. Actually, I actually do. I just want to steal their Planeswalkers. That's all. I'm going to cut another Gigadrowse here. I think this is reasonable. Yeah, we'll give this a shot, I suppose. I don't know. I can't help but feel in this case the blue-black did not work out. That, you know, there are risks when you don't play as many extra turn effects, and it's fine in most games, right? But in that game, we just had to use them not to die. And then when we finally were able to put together an engine, we were just out of ways to use the engine. You know, maybe, though, maybe I was just supposed to not let them resolve doubling season. I don't know. All right, I would like to play first. So we have one land, good cards here, but essentially a double mulligan with the Part the Waterveil and the Temporal Mastery in hand already. So let's go ahead and ship it. Okay. I guess I'm not mulliganing this one because we're planning on commandeering their commandeering their Jace or whatever. That is the plan here. Hopefully there's a land on top. There is not. It's interesting. I've never played with Commandeer, so I don't know what kind of decision this is. But I suppose when your opponent's playing Planeswalkers, at least, it's better in that sense. We hit our land even. Not that it really does anything at all for us, but we will need lands to win the game, and that is a land. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got for us. If we can just hit lands off the top, we'll be golden here, but I guess I'd currently be pitching like a Time Warp and a Jace, or a Time Warp and a Snapcaster. What I really want is just for my opponent just to go, you know, try to slam a Tameo or a Jace Architect of Thought, really. That would be the one. If they do nothing, they play Jace Architect of Thought on turn 4. I throw away a Time Warp and a Snapcaster and steal it. That would be sweet. Well, we kept the hand because of Commandeer. We did it for the meme. Did it for the meme. Let's hope it works out. It might, though. Our opponent's not exactly turboing anything out here. And most of their spells are just low impact. Alright, so do we steal the Nissa? I guess I kind of have to. I can't say I'm thrilled about stealing Nissa, but I mean, I'm going to steal their Nissa because, hey, we have Commandeer. I'll take your Nissa. Thank you. This isn't good. It's not the Planeswalker we wanted, but for what it's worth, it will, you know, we can make tokens. We can to put counters on the tokens. We even have a Fatal Push. We can actually use this to pressure the other Planeswalkers. What? What happened? My opponent has said in chat, that seems to be bugged. I agree. Yep. I guess that is what it is. I guess we should not be playing Commandeer in our deck. Uh-huh. I don't think I missed anything there. It says if it's a... Okay, I guess we lose then. My opponent has agreed to not use the Planeswalker. However, I still threw away 3 cards. So, and in fact, literally kept the hand because I wanted to commandeer their Planeswalker. Oh, Magic Online, why? Not like this. Not like this. I guess we're going to play it out. Yeah, when you play games online, sometimes you have to deal with bugs. That is a part of playing video games. That is unfortunate. It's like playing Odd Job and GoldenEye. Everyone knows it's not fair, but it's just the way it is. Part of the game. So we'll play this one out, see what we can do here. Nissa number 2, huh? My opponent's going to use this one. Not that I blame him. It really doesn't matter. Once we threw away 3 cards to do literal nothing after we kept the hand because of that card, I think it was probably just over right there. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe thinking the ice is going to pop off here and we're going to win, but... Gosh, it would have been so much fun to commandeer their Planeswalkers. I say I've never played with Commandeer, and I guess now we figured out why. Alright, Thinking the Ice is a reasonable idea here, though, and we do have the Fatal Push. We have the Howling Mine now, right? Depending on what our opponent does, it depends what this is, really. It's doubling season. Well, that was terrible for us. Should have saved the Commandeer for the doubling season. Maybe I could actually get that one. Yeah, that'll do it. I think we've died. I'm going to go ahead and Fatal Push one of these just because the only way we can possibly win this game is to flip Thing in the Ice. So, just go ahead and start removing counters while we can. Miku Koro. Okay, it's a land drop at least. This deck has it has a high number of colorless sources for my liking. I mean, Gemstone Caverns, obviously, if you luck it in, is good. But you want to maximize your blue, and you can really only afford a couple. Non-blue lands. All right, we're going to play Jace here. We can block one of the plants, but they putting 2 counters on it? I could Brainstorm. We can plan on blocking one of the plants. I mean, we're probably just dead next turn, so it probably doesn't matter, but... I'm going to bounce one of them. And we'll see what happens. I assume our opponent's just going to play another Planeswalker like Jace or whatever and win with the doubling season. We most certainly lost this game to Commandeer. Maybe. I say that. Here it is. It's turn 4. We missed the land drop. So our opponent might have just gone doubling season into Planeswalker to win the game regardless of what we did. Yeah, it looks like they're making specific colored mana here, so I would imagine it is a Tamiyo, which allows my opponent to immediately ultimate, draw 3 cards, get an emblem with you can play spells without paying their mana costs. So they can now play out whatever they want. So, yep, that means Emrakul follows, and we have died. Well, lesson learned. Don't play Commandeer or Magic Online. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler. This is Mining Modern. Blue-Black taking turns. Didn't quite get there this time, but you know what? Our opponent's deck is sweet, too, so I'm going to call it a win anyways. I'll see you next time.